Okay, so I'm going to be reading a book that's called Spy School. Chapter 1. Hello, Ben, said the man living in the room. My name is Alexander Hale. I'm working for CIA. And I'm just like that. My life became interesting. It hadn't been up till now. Not by long short. That day had been prime example, day 405,803, 7 months into the 12th year of my natural Islam. I dragged myself out of bed eating breakfast, gone to middle school, been boring in class, stared at girls I was too embarrassed to approach, had lunch, struggled through gym, fallen asleep in math, had embarrassed my drink and jerk, taken the bus home, and found a man in a tuxedo sitting on my couch. I didn't doubt that was a spy for a second. Alexander Hale looked exactly like Albie always imagined a spy would. A tiny bit older. Perhaps he seemed about 50, but still soured. You know, he had a smaller scar on his chin, but bullets, I guess, or maybe something more exotic, like a crossbow. There was something very James Bond about him. I could imagine had been in cars chase on way other taken at bad guys without breaking a sweat. My parents weren't home though. They were when I got back from school. Alexander had obviously let him in. The photo album from our photo vacation to Virginia Beach sat open on our coffee table before him, and in a trouble asked. Alexander laughed. For what? You never done anything wrong in your life, unless you count the times you spilled drink Pepsi with X-Lax, and frankly, that kids were asking for it. My eyes widened in surprise. How did you know that? I'm a spy. It's my job to know things. Do you have anything to drink? Sure. My mind quickly apologized, very burridge. In my house, although I had no idea what this man was doing here, I found myself desperately waiting to impress him. My folks have all kinds of stuff. What would you like? A martini? Alexander laughed again. This isn't the movies, kid. I'm on the clock. I brushed, feeling foolish. Oh, right, water. I was thinking more like energy drink. Something with electrolytes. Electrolytes. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. Just in case I need to leap into action, I just to ditch some unbearably on my way over here. Unbearably? I tried to sound cool as though I discussed things like this every day. What sort of? I'm afraid to inform that. It's classified. Of course, that makes sense. That's being great. I head to the kitchen. Alexander followed. The agency has had it on you for some time, he said. I paused, surprised to refrigerator door. Half opened. Why? For starters, you asked to. I did. When? How many times have you accessed our website? I determined feeling foolish once again. 728. Alexander looked at the tiniest bit. That's exactly right. Unusually, you play games on kids' pages, at which you perform very well, but way. But you also browse the employment and internship pages with some eccentricity. You considered a carrot as a spy. And when you express, I don't even know how to say express, but the CIA, the CIA becomes interesting to you. Alexander pulled a thick loop from inside of his tuxedo and sit in the kitchen counter. We've been impressed. The employee was marked to be delivery. Only to Mr. Benjamin replied. There are 3 security seats. There's only 3. One of them which required a steak knife, to which inside was a thick white paper. The first page only had sentences. The second page said, Dear Mr. Ripley, it has been a great specifically to accept you. I set a letter down, and once I stuttered or thrilled my whole life of being a spy. And yet, you think it's a joke? Alexander said, reading my mind. Well, yes. I've never heard of a CIAS of an employment. That's because it's top secret, but I'm sure it exists. I graduated from myself. I'm fine introducing to Alex. Page 5. I cleaned the glasses with him. He wanted to wait to drink some from mine before drowning his, which I figured was a habit you picked after lifetime. For having people to try to prison you. I caught a glimpse of my own reflection in the microwave behind Alexander and doubt the sense of me. It didn't seem possible that he and I couldn't have been selected by many organizers. Alexander was handsome, athletic, soapless, and cool. I wasn't. How could I be that to keep the world safe from demonicking me when I've been shaking around from my lunch money 3 times this week alone? But how, Eileen, did you get into the acne which you didn't even apply? Yes. After applications proved of properties for you to tell the entity you're applying about yourself. The CIA already has all the information it needs. Alexander removed a small handle computer from the pocket and cruised with it. For example, you're a straight A student who speaks 3 languages and it's in 16 math skills. What's that mean? What is 98,261 times 147? 14,444,367. I didn't even have to think about it. I have a gift for mathematics. As all the results, ability always know exactly what time is. Although for much my life I hadn't realized for anything special. Through everyone should be completely mathematical equations on their heads, or insanely how many days, weeks, or minutes they have been alive. I was 3,802 days old when I found out their wives. That's a level 16, Alexander said. Looked at the computer again. According to the files, it says that your STIQ exams Have a stronger for electronics and crush on Miss Elsie Parkmans, although sadly she appears to not have idea you exist. I submit has many of Esbeth, but I still hurt you. I heard you, but the CIA no less. So I tried to deliver attention sticks. I don't mind choosing. You wouldn't, you didn't, you know you weren't taking them. STIQ, the CIA places in every status test. You got every one right since third grade. You you succeed yourself in the question test. Does your Department of Education know that? I doubt it. That that they know that much education. Alexander set his glass and sinks it in the Rob's hands. Together, Ethan. Well, enough chit chat. Let's pack you up, shall we? Next part on chapter 2, talking about your stuff.